Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Sixth Sense sessions. So this is the first of the 3 sessions that we're going to have. And I'm really excited about it because this session is it's gonna be all about building trust in yourself and your sixth sense. So what's the purpose of these Sixth Sense sessions? It's really to let you understand that you have a sixth sense, what sixth sense living actually is, how to communicate with your spiritual team by using your sixth sense, and how to use it to your benefit in your life, and how using your sixth sense and this experience really enhances your daily life. Activating this sixth sense, opening up the sixth sense is something that's always possible for you. When you have this open and active, you will see that things go much easier. You don't need to connect up. You don't need to do meditations first or things like that. It's really what we are training for is this constant communication, that you can receive this so that you know that you're never alone. You're always guided, and you get the guidance you need whenever you need it from your spiritual team. So those 3 sessions that we're going to do, they're going to be interactive. So please join actively in the chat. You can have your camera on, your camera off, that's totally fine. It is recorded, but I'm planning to mostly record myself. So people can just see me talking. And but if you guys have questions later on, feel free to put your hand up, unmute yourself, ask your question, because it's good to have this interaction. 2 things to do. What is your intention for this session, for yourself? Why are you here? Think about it and put it in the chat. So the reason we set intentions is it just refocuses our mind, and it sets the intention of what we want to learn, what you want to achieve. And then it's so much easier when you set this intention for your spiritual team to actually let you reach that. When there's no intention, there might not be any clarity, and therefore you don't know what you actually want to achieve. So put it in the chat for me and let's see. Why are you guys here? Okay, so let's have a look. So to get clear on the sixth sense and trust it without a doubt. Very nice, Alice. I really want to tune into my sixth sense. Wonderful, Jaina. Strengthen and clarify messages I receive from the Creator and my spirit team. Love it, Farah. To be more aware of my spiritual team. Great, Melanie. So what I'm just going to do for the moment is I'm just going to mute everybody. Just make sure that during the recording we don't have any background noises. Great. Okay, so let's have a look in the chat again. Okay, to trust my gut feeling more. Let the sixth sense be useful for me. Exactly. Hear, feel, sense the Creator. Listening to my sixth sense. Really lovely. To build a relationship with my spiritual team and trust my senses in times of transition. I love it. Really, really good. Well, all these things are beautiful intentions because that's what we're going to actually practice today and in the coming 2 sessions. So let's just take a step back, right? What is your sixth sense actually? You've got your 5 senses that you are aware of and that are widely known. And there's something called the sixth sense. Your sixth sense is your intuitive power. The intuitive power everybody has. It's the guidance you receive from above. It's the guidance you receive from the divine energy, from your spiritual team. But it mostly comes through your intuition, through your gut feeling. And when you open up for this more and you get easier messages, you can hear things, you can have different conversations. You might see part of your spiritual team, like your angels, your guides. We all have runners, and we have different members of our spiritual team that are here to guide us. So what we're going to do today is really building this trust in yourself and your sixth sense. Now, why? By building trust in yourself, You are opening up the channels for higher guidance from the divine. And you're opening up the channels from the guidance from your spiritual team to really help you, support you, and guide you. So to be able to receive messages through your sixth sense, we do need to do a few things that really help this. You need to move beyond the mind. Moving beyond the mind is really important. Now you can move beyond the mind and into the heart. But it's about letting go of this constant chatter in your head. How do we do this? This is the first start, right? The way how you move beyond the mind, beyond the doubt, beyond the over-analyzing, which can take you hours in a day, sometimes, especially if there's some fear or worry. How do we move beyond the mind? We are doing things that are fun. So you do things that take you away from this constant thinking. You do things that relaxes yourself, that calm you down. So for me, it's like having a salt bath. I love coloring. Whenever my mind has been overworking and overplaying, then a salt bath is absolutely amazing. The coloring is absolutely amazing. I also love reading a good book. What really helps for me is doing some theta healing sessions. Which most of you won't surprise because I absolutely love theta healing. It's completely changed my life. And I know for a lot of you that are on here, theta healing has changed your life too. What really helps as well is doing meditations. That's something that I love doing. It calms me down, it brings me back in a good headspace. Other things are walking, traveling. So think about what is it for you? What really are things you like to do, that's fun, that brings the relaxation in. You might like to do sports or horse riding, or you might play tennis, or might be something else. But something that really just puts your mind out of the thinking mode. Yeah. Good. So think about it for a minute. You can write it down. You can set some intentions because we need to do these things in order to open up the six senses or the sixth sense. And whenever you feel like things is getting too much, life is getting overwhelming, go back to that list and see what are the things that actually are fun for you to do. And start doing some of these things. Because by just doing it, you can really change your energy again and get much stronger communication through your sixth sense. Now let's talk a little bit about that communication through your sixth sense. Because communication through your sixth sense and with your spiritual team can be a little different than what you might be used to with people. Like with people, we ask or say something and we expect a response back through a voice. And that's something we have been programmed, trained, because this is our experience. But with the sixth sense, it's a little different. Some people, you use your sixth sense to communicate with your spiritual team. Now, the spiritual team is at a different vibration than you are. And because it's at a different vibration, it communicates with you differently. Now, there's not just one way of communication. There are multiple ways of communication. So some of the members of your sixth sense might communicate through you through your feelings. Other members of your team might communicate with you through your thoughts. So now it's important to be discerning what thoughts are and start recognizing what thoughts are coming from your spiritual team and what thoughts are coming from different parts of yourself. Some way of communication could be through things you hear. Now, for me, when my angels communicate with me, I always get a specific beep in my ear. And when I get that specific beep in my ear, I know an angel wants to talk to me, and I go and talk to that angel. Now, it's not when I hear that beep and go and talk to the angel that I directly hear a voice talking to me back. It doesn't work for me like that when I use my sixth sense. I then go in to tune in to my heart and ask, what is the message? And I wait until I receive a message. Now, that message isn't the message that I'm just giving you through a voice. That message can be a feeling, a thought, something I sensed, something that just popped up in my mind. That's the way often your spiritual team communicates with you. Sometimes, like last night, I was laying in bed and my spirit guide wanted to talk to me. And when my spirit guide came to talk to me, it wasn't like a voice that I heard. It was almost like me having a conversation with myself. I asked some questions and I formulated those answers. But by me formulating those answers, it wasn't really me answering. It was how my spirit guide, I see some nodding heads. Yeah, it was how my spirit guide is communicating with me. So it can feel like I'm talking to myself. But you will see when you open up for these kind of conversations, really beautiful things come up. So what I'm asking you for these sessions is let go of the doubt, let's go of the prejudice or of forming an opinion straight away, and let's experience. Because when you're open for that experience, you will go through it and you will get the outcomes. And a lot of the times the outcomes are really, really beautiful. So the communication is not the same or not the way you might expect. Just be aware of that. It's about learning to recognize the voice of your sixth sense within you. So it's a voice often within you that you start recognizing. How? By taking the time to do the exercises regularly. Often we overthink this. It is usually when we ask a question, it's the first answer we get or the first feeling that comes up. So avoid doubting, avoid putting a judgment on it. This is possible or this is not possible. Go with that first feeling, that first thought, that first thing you sensed, because often it's the right thing. And you might not be able to place it. You might not know why you got that answer because it doesn't make any sense. But that's right the way your sixth sense and your spiritual team communicates with you. You get little pieces of the puzzle, and maybe only weeks later or months later, sometimes years later, you start understanding why you got those messages. So it's not about putting a judgment on these messages. It's about, this is the message I received. Okay. And that's it. You just write that message down and let it be. Or take some action with it if you want to. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do to tune into our sixth sense is we're going to answer very simple questions to just get this feeling of getting answers. So let's invite you. I'm inviting you to just take a moment, and we're going to just take a couple of very deep breaths. When we deep breathly, we're going to really calm the mind down and relax. You can do this 3, 4, 5 times for yourself. Very good. So you will feel that you're getting calmer. It's less stress. Your mind will calm down. Very good. Now, ask your spiritual team, ask your guides, say, guides, our spiritual team, tell me, what do I love doing? What do I love doing? Then the first answers that come in your head, you're just going to write them down or put them in the chat, whatever works for you. We're going to just go through a couple of questions pretty quickly. So the first thing that comes up, and yes, you can go, my brain knows this is coming from my mind, but actually we set the intention to talk to our spiritual team. So it's allowing that energy to come in. We start with very simple questions, and later on, we will do a couple of questions whereby they can really answer new things for you. So write down, what do you love doing? Okay, next question. And you don't really go thinking, you just literally sit there and wait for the answer. So say, next question, Guides or spiritual team, what makes me really, really happy? Let go of the mind. Something will pop up within you. And I asked that question, and the thing that came up for me is like toffee cake. And I'm like, I don't even often eat toffee cake at all, but that's the answer my guide gave me. Yeah. So you just sit there, let the answer come in. So what makes you really, really happy? Good. Next one. Guides, spiritual team. What relaxes me? Ask the question and just wait for the answer. And you can say, what else relaxes me? What else? Yeah. So I received holidays, coloring. Wow, I got an answer. What relaxes you is being able to be yourself. What is it for you? Okay, next one. What excites you? So again, go to your spiritual team and say, what excites me? Good. You all getting answers? If there's somebody not getting answers, then please feel free to unmute yourself. Good. Very good. Okay. 2 more. Spiritual team. What makes me feel great? Show me. There's no right or wrong answer. Just go with the answer you get. And you will see your spiritual team, when you channel them properly, their answers will be positive. When you get negative answers, it might be that you're picking up things from your ego, your survival self, or your undercurrents. But when you actually channel your spiritual team, you will get the positive answers, the empowering answers. So the question was, what makes me feel great? For me, the answer was being seen and being able to empower others to really step into their power. Yeah, what is it for you? Yeah. And then the last one. Just close your eyes again and say, spiritual team, what brings me a lot of energy? And just wait until the answer comes in. Maybe it was new exciting experiences. So type in the chat, how are those questions for you? What do you feel about this? Are you getting answers, or how do you feel about the answers you receive? Let's have a look. I blocked on the last question. Would love to know what gives me energy. Okay, Alice, let's do it. So take a breath. Good. So you're relaxed again. Just say, spiritual team, show me what gives me great energy. And you just wait. You wait until the answer comes in. And you just sit there until you get the answer. Did you get an answer, Alice? The answer I actually got for you, what really gives you great energy is when you have an awesome session with a client. That really gives you a great energy. But we're going to practice more and more of these things. So what else do we have? Sam, some easier than others. Maybe I don't continuously resonate with some answers as much as with others. Good. So this is okay, right? You might get answers, but sometimes you don't resonate with it. Still channel these answers, write them down. If they're limiting, then let it go or ask from which part of your brain this actually comes. But when those answers are neutral or empowering, write them down, because you can be channeling different spirit guides of your team or different angels of your team. And then once you get more familiar with this, you're going to start understanding those parts of my team or those guides are really empowering me. Those guides are slightly lower in their vibration, and you start to get to know your team better. Okay, Ryan, I can see some visions. The answers feel good and comforting. Yes. So some people get it through their feelings, others through their thoughts, others through visions. Totally right. Marcel, good answers. Great. Melanie, my answers were more in general. For example, what relaxes me most? Water relaxes me most. Yeah. So these are the answers you're getting, Melanie. That's very good. Victoria, I thought it was easier than hearing the creator because it's just the first thing that came to my mind. Amazing, Victoria. So when we relate to the creator, it's something we relate to in Theta Healing. I teach Theta Healing as well. It's a modality which is awesome to create transformation in your life, clear limiting beliefs in your subconscious, the things that are blocking you, like fear, self-sabotage, when you want to move forward in life. And there we use the creator, we work through the divine. So it's a really good thing that the sixth sense sessions and using your sixth sense for me was a huge contribution to Theta Healing. And that's why I'm starting to teach it. Very good, Victoria. Okay, so again, think about the 3 questions you want to have answered from your spiritual team as well, that we're going to do throughout the session. And even if you have one answer, that's fine. Now, the questions we just did are actually really critical for you, because whenever you want to get more clear guidance on your sixth sense, that is when you can go back to the answers you received. Because those things that you do, the things that relax you, the things that excite you, the things that give you energy, they can really open up your channels of your sixth sense. And you need to do these things. It's very hard to really get good communication through your sixth sense when you're overwhelmed, when you're stressed, when you're exhausted, because that energy, those connections, those channels are not as open. So the best way to channel and receive the answers and communicate is when you're good in your energy, when you had a good night's sleep, when you are excited, when you are energetic, when you are happy, that's when those channels really open up for you. Okay. So let's just work a little bit on this trust, right? Building trust. So building trust, things get introduced to you, then you practice. When it goes well, you build that trust because you know you can do it. And that's why we do these exercises. So we are going to channel some more information through your sixth sense, but actually you already do this all the time. It's open a lot. You do it all the time, but you're just not aware of it. A lot of the times we ignore our gut feeling. We have a feeling or I have an intuition. Sometimes we go with it, but a lot of the times we might just ignore it because we can't see how it would fit. Or you get an intuition and then it goes into your mind. And then what happens in your mind? It's like this ping pong match. These are the pros, these are the cons. Is this really a good thing? Do I need to make that decision? Do you guys recognize that? You get a feeling this is what I should do, but what are the benefits? What are the disadvantages? How can people judge this? What would people say? So it goes in your mind and the power of your intuition gets lost. So what we are doing and training you here is you get this intuition and you stick with that. You become aware of it and you can start understanding the power that it actually holds. So what are we going to do? Yeah, when you build a trusting relationship with a person, how fast does that go? You got a trustworthy relationships within a day? Probably not. Something like this happens over time. You meet somebody, you like them, you start trusting them. You're not opening up your entire life and all your secrets because you don't know if you know them yet. You don't know if you can trust them. But then over time, you meet them more, you do things for each other, you have fun together, you might share a little bit, they keep your secrets, you feel like you can trust them, and bit by bit, you can open up more. That's how you build a relationship. Now that's the same thing when opening up your sixth sense, building this muscle of the sixth sense. So it's really about, you get introduced to it tonight. But in order to build this relationship, you guys know what I mean? It's about practicing it. It's about doing it on a daily basis or regularly so that it really, you're getting used to it. It might take it the first time you practice this stuff. It might take 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes before you get an answer. And that's okay. You need to allow yourself that space and the time for the answers to come in. And then you will see, the more you practice it, the easier the answers come in. And then you walk on the street and then you hear this little voice talking to you, or you get this intuition. And it's like, this is my sixth sense. I know this. That's how it evolves. That's how you build that trust relationship. So it's the constant practice. Okay. So the same thing is when you learn to ride a bike, your parents explained you how to do it. And you probably had to fall down and stand up and try riding your bike a few times more before you could actually do it. So what I want to invite you is, don't give up after one time not hearing an answer. Go and try this again because you will get there. You guys are here because you're meant to be here. Intuitively, you are guided here. That's why you took the action and booked these sessions. So be open and practice it. Okay. So what are we going to do? We are, let's have a look. Yeah, think about the 3 questions that you want to have answered by your spiritual team. Just take a minute and write down the 3 questions you want to have answers. Those can be simple questions. Those can be deeper questions. It's no difference for your spiritual team. So questions can also be like, if you want to sign up new clients, who are the best clients to reach out to? Or like, if you want to like do some really good TT healing swaps, ask your spiritual team who to reach out to do these swaps. Or if you want some guidance on what the next steps are at work or in your life, these are questions you can ask, because your spiritual team will be awesome in guiding you. You can really ask them anything. Okay. Does everybody at least has one question? Or shall I give you a little more time to formulate those 3 questions? Okay, I still see a few people writing. Yeah, Victoria, you can definitely do it. Hang on. Beatrice, can you repeat the first one? So Beatrice, you're just going to ask any question that you want. If you want to have more clients or who the right clients are for you to attract, so you can help them, you can ask your spiritual team to give you some names of these clients. Who are the right fit for you? Who are at the right level? They 100% know. For sure. Victoria, so can we ask them something like, yeah, will I meet my most compatible soulmate this year? You can definitely ask them that. Yes. And you can even ask them, what actions do I need to take to meet my most compatible soulmate? How can I bring this in? How can I meet them sooner? Or when is the right time? For sure. Very good. Okay, does everybody at least has one question they want to ask? Yeah? Good. I see nodding heads. Very good. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to give you a little bit more time now to really get the answers in, right? So let's calm down again. Really breathe deep a few times. Very good. And you feel when you're breathing that your muscles relax, your body relaxes. Very good. So now you're going to ask the question, spiritual team. And then tell me, what's the answer on this question? And then just ask your question. You can say, give it to me in the highest and best way. And you just sit there, you let go of any thoughts and just wait for the answer. you can write down the answers if you get any answers. And it's not about doubting what you hear. It's literally about, this is the answer I received. I'm going to write that down. Doesn't have to make any sense. You're just going to write that down. And if you want more, you can ask your spiritual team, show me more. Show me in a way I understand. Yeah? So take another couple of minutes to get this question answered for you. And if you got the answers, you can ask in questions to get more information. So this is Victoria asked the question. I've asked if I should help a specific person. I got a yes. Then I asked the same question for somebody else and I got an instant headache. I assume that means no. Yes, Victoria, I can confirm that means a no. Very good. So this is whereby through the energy, your spiritual team can also communicate with you. You might feel like certain things in your body, like she said, I got an instant headache. So it meant a no. Or I asked this question and I got yes. Very good. Okay, so for example, if you are wanting to know this next step or something else and you got an answer, you can ask a little bit more about it if you need more information or if you want more information. Take another 30 seconds or so to really round this off for the first question. People that receive the answers, you can share some of the answers in the chat if you want to. Some of the answers you received, if you're happy with them or if you struggled with it, you can also share that. Okay, Beatrice got nothing. Okay, let's have a look, Beatrice, for you. Beatrice, can we release any vows, oaths, and energetic contracts that bad things will happen if you activate your sixth sense and if you listen to your sixth sense? I'm just tuned into your energy, and that's kind of what I got. Is that okay? Can we complete those and release those to the creator? And can we show you that it's safe to listen to your sixth sense, to hear the sixth sense and what that feels like? Is that okay? Good. And anybody else who wants that too, just say yes. So what I do now is I use a little bit of the theta healing technique to release those blockages. Okay. Good. You will get answers soon. Beatrice, did you get answers in the previous questions? Some you did, some you didn't. Okay, so it's what I see is you do get some of the answers, but there's very quickly the self-doubt coming in. It's like you received an answer, it's like, is this possible? Is this correct? Did I actually receive an answer? And I see you nodding. And this is whereby you receive an answer before any of those like views come in, you're just going to write it down. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. As soon as you receive something, you're going to write it down. And that's the only exercise for today. Because when you start doing that, over time, you will look back to these questions and answers. You're like, oh, that was right. And that was right. And that was right. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Maybe I can start trusting this. So this is where the practice comes in. You ask a question. As soon as a thought comes up, as soon as a vision comes up, as soon as a feeling comes up, you write it down. Maybe the answer doesn't make any sense, but you write it down and you let go of anything else. Any judgment, any fear, any doubt, you're just going to let that go. So we're going to practice a little bit more with that, right? Okay, Marcel. I asked, does the law of attraction always work? It made me aware of what I already know. It's just a wake up. Very good. So a lot of what I teach is nothing new. Your cells already know it, and it's just reminding them. So you can step back into that power. Sam, there's lots of things jumping about. I don't know if these are distractions as my mind wanders or messages. How can I better distinguish between them? Very good. That can happen. You ask a question and then you get lots of things. So let me just have a look. The best thing is to go with the first thing that intuitively came up, because the sixth sense is all about intuition. It's your intuitive power. So go with the first things that come up. And then if you have multiple different answers, put them in front of you and you can feel into them. You take answer one and you can feel, how does this feel to me, this answer? And you might have like, this answer feels great, or this answer feels neutral, or this answer doesn't really resonate. Okay, if it doesn't really resonate, you let it go. You take the next answer. How does this answer feel to me? Oh, this answer feels great. You write that down and you go with that. You take the third answer. How does this answer feel to me? It's neutral. It's okay. But I really felt empowered by that second answer. Okay, so go with that second answer. Does that help? Okay, I see a good nod. Very good. Farah, I always get very clear and strong answers from my sixth sense, but they always eventually end up wrong. Even when I ask if this is the highest truth, I get yes, but it's always wrong in the end. Okay, so what can happen, Farah? Here, are you a theta healer? Yeah. So there's probably a belief in your subconscious, and that you can test if you want to, is, and on any level, answers from my sixth sense are always wrong. Feel free to test that. So within theta healing, we use something called muscle testing. That's how we can test what beliefs we have in our subconscious and how we can identify what kind of limiting beliefs we have there. And I just scanned her very quickly to see. And that's correct, right? You had that limiting belief. So because you're a theta healer, you know how to clear that. So you're going to clear that for yourself. If you don't know how to clear this for yourself, what we actually do is we have a practice group this month. We host a monthly practice group, and the topic for coming month is actually how to do self-healing. So we're going to really hone into how to do healing on yourself. If you don't really know how to clear this, go and reach out for a swap. There are a ton of theta healers in this group. Feel free to reach out to any of them and then do a swap. We might have some time to clear something later on in this session, but let's see how we go. Does that help, Farah? Good, very good. Okay, so last one, Ryan. It's important to understand which one of our spiritual team. Is it important to understand which one of our spiritual team is speaking, or just get to know them over time? So because this is really the first exercise we do, it isn't that important. The important thing is, do I feel empowered by this, or is this limiting me? If this is limiting me, you need to let that go because it's starting to hold you back. If it's empowering you and you resonate with the answer, then you can write it down and go with that. Over time, you will get to know the different members of your spiritual team. You will get to know their names and things like that. And we'll do a few of those exercises in the next sessions. And then you're going to start like this kind of guidance. I usually go to my guardian angel for. For this kind of guidance, I really use this spirit guide. For this kind of guidance, this guide is amazing. So you will get to know your team better. And what's really awesome is when you start helping clients with this, you will see their guides. You will get messages from their guides because their guides know your clients so well that once you can channel that information, you can really unlock things for them. Okay, let's go to the next one. So what I'd like to do is I would like to do a brief theta healing meditation with you all, guys, to really activate your sixth sense more and to upgrade your spiritual team. Now you all have your spiritual team and they're here to support you at this stage in your life. Now some members of your team, when you upgrade your spiritual team, it's important to upgrade it regularly because your spiritual team is with you, but you grow as a person. And especially if you do theta healing, your vibration, your level of awareness grows like this super quickly and super fast. And which is awesome, but it also means that you regularly need to upgrade your spirit guides, your spiritual team. Because when your level of awareness grows very quickly, and you clear a lot of limiting beliefs, you change them for empowering beliefs, you probably need a few new guides to really support you along the next part of your journey. So what we're going to do, and this is for you, whatever feels right. You don't have to do it. You don't have to say yes to it. But if it resonates and if you feel you will benefit from it, I invite you to join me in this meditation. So we're going to upgrade your spiritual team. Now, what will happen? Some members of your spiritual team that are still right for you will stay. And they will stay with you. And some members, like your guardian angel, will stay with you your entire life anyway. And some members of your spiritual team, they will move on and you will get new members, new spirit guides in return that are ready for this next part of your journey to support you in the best way, highest and best way possible, to keep the support relevant to you. I had it once that I had a session with somebody, and this was through theta healing. I had a theta healing session with somebody, and she had so many blockages around technology. And the reason why she had so many blockages around technology, the divine showed me, was because her spirit guides had never been updated for such a long period of time that they blocked technology from every angle. So I heard you need to upgrade her spirit guides, her spiritual team. And after we did that, like all these blockages around technology just disappeared because she had new guides now that supported her in this next stage of life. Now, for some of you, that sounds maybe like a little bit woo-woo. And how is this happening? Is this really true? And that's okay if you have these thoughts. That's totally fine. This is, for some of you, it's like, oh, this fully resonates. I get that. I know my spiritual team needs to be upgraded in these kind of areas of my life. So it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. It's an initial introduction. You probably hear this for a reason. And you can do with it what you want to do with it. And that's totally fine. So for the ones who are up for it, I'd say let's do a quick meditation and upgrade this. And then we can do this answering the second question. And you will see how much easier it goes or easier it is to receive these answers. Are you guys up for it? Yeah? See some nodding heads? Very good. Okay, so let's do this. So again, to be clear, we are doing the 6 sense sessions before we literally just tune in to the guides and really used our sixth sense to receive the answers. And now we're going to do a little bit of theta healing to open up and upgrade. So to activate your sixth sense and upgrade your spiritual team. Okay. So just relax. And breathe a couple of times. Good. Very good. And now allow the energy from the earth to come through your feet, up and through your legs to the top of your head. And then it goes all the way through your body, through your legs, through your hips, through the upper part of your body, through your head, into a beautiful ball of light above your head. And this beautiful ball of light might have a color, but it's still partially transparent so that you can see through it. And this energy moves into this ball of light. This ball of light goes high up into the sky. This ball of light goes high, 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 past the moon, past the stars, past the universe. This might go a little quick, but your subconscious will know and your conscious mind will catch up. Then this ball of light goes higher and it goes past the universe because the divine and the creative all that is bigger than the universe. When it moves past the universe, it enters layers and layers of light. Many bright lights, a few darker lights, and many more bright lights. Then it goes through a golden light. Very good. It goes through the jelly-like substance. And the jelly-like substance has all the colors of the rainbow. These are the laws that hold the universe and keep the universe in harmony. So you go through this jelly-like substance into a pink mist. And then this pink mist is going to guide you higher into the sparkling white light of the creative all that is. And you see yourself moving into the sparkling white light. You go higher and higher, deeper and deeper into this energy. Once you've arrived there, your bubble of light resolves and you become one with this energy. Okay, very good. Do I have your permission to check your energetic field? Now, anybody who watches the replay, who's bought this later, this still works for you. Okay. So first of all, can we send you lots of unconditional love in your energetic field, in your body? When you like it, just say yes and witness how this beautiful energy, this healing energy, this unconditional love is coming into your body, entering through your crown, through your head, through your throat, all the way through your body, through your legs, to your feet, filling you up completely with unconditional love from the divine. Good. So can we now release any fear around the sixth sense? That the sixth sense misguides you? Can we release any vows, oaths, and energetic contracts and complete those through the creative all that is? That the sixth sense isn't allowed? That it's dangerous? That your sixth sense should be closed off for the rest of your life? Can we complete all of these contracts and send them into the God's light? So we can show you that you're allowed to embark on this journey, this enrichment in your life. Now, if you like that, just say yes. If it doesn't resonate with you, say no. For the people that say yes, I will just witness it. Good. Now, can the Creator show you the highest definition of what the sixth sense is? That it's safe and how it can really guide you in your life. And you like that, just say yes. If you're sensitive, you will feel this beautiful energy coming in to your energetic field. Okay. Can the creator show you how to trust your sixth sense? What it feels like to trust your sixth sense? That it's safe to trust your sixth sense? When you like that, just say yes. Can the creator also show you how to communicate with your spiritual team through the sixth sense or through the creator, whatever works for you? That communication is safe for you, and that it's how to receive these messages without doubt, without fear, without the fear for failure, and without the fear for success. So can we release and send this fear to the light? And really show you those empowering things that I just mentioned before. And that's okay with you, just say yes. Can the creator also show that it's safe to practice using your sixth sense and that you can use this in your daily life without it taking up your energy, without it draining your energy, without becoming overly sensitive to messages from others, and that you still have a good discernment of the messages that are important for you and the messages that are unimportant, and that you just let go without it taking up any of your energy. When you like that, just say yes. Okay, can we also show you what discernment feels like? Creator's highest definition of that. Discernment really is knowing how to make the right decision for you. What is right for you, what is not, and being able to make that decision for yourself without doubt. And that it's safe. Can the creator also show you that it's safe to set your borders? How to set your borders without being attacked, without feeling guilty. Good. And how you set your borders with compassion and unconditional love. And you like that, just say yes. Okay, very good. Wonderful. Okay, it's time to upgrade your spiritual team. So for the ones who'd like to upgrade their spiritual team, like again, guys, if you're not in the meditation, it doesn't matter. I'm the one who I hold the space for you. So when you like any of these downloads, you just say yes to it and they are witnessed for you. Yeah. So you don't have to have any fear that you're not good enough in meditation, you're not good enough connected. Let it go because it will be fine. Good. Okay. So are you ready and open and willing to upgrade your spiritual team? I see yourself in the sparkling white light. And if you are, then you just say, Creator of all that is, it is requested to upgrade my spiritual team to get the best spiritual team that is relevant to me right now and going forward in my life in the highest and best way. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. Show me. Now witness going down, witness behind you, and you will see some of your members of your spiritual team will move on. You just witness and observe, and some new ones will come in. And let's thank all the guides and spirits and angels and any other members of your team who are leaving. Let's give them lots of unconditional love and gratitude for all the great work they've done in guiding you. And let's welcome in the new members. Introduce yourself energetically, and you can witness your entire spiritual team being like filling up with unconditional love. Good, very good. And I witnessed this also for you. So in case you don't feel like you're witnessing this yourself, but you still said yes and you want this upgrade, still get it. Beautiful. There's a lot of light energy coming in. There's a lot of powerful energy coming in, but it's this good, balanced, powerful energy that I'm sensing. It's a much more feminine energy. So it's the energy of being divinely guided, trusting this intuition, the gut feeling, instead of the pushing masculine energy. Yeah, it's about, you don't have to push, you don't have to take charge. It's really about this intuition. Yeah, beautiful. Good. Okay, so when you're done, just move back and visualize yourself in the sparkling white light of the divine again. Beautiful. And now I'm going to do one more command or request. Create all that is. It is requested to activate and open up our sixth sense to the right amount for myself. That's what you can say. Create all that is. It's requested to activate and open up my sixth sense to the right amount for me in the highest and best way. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. Show me. And you just witness this energy coming into your body, witnessing it so it opens up for the right amount for you. Good. Very good. Can we also bring in the safety around the sixth sense, what that feels like? That you're always divinely guided and protected? You like that, just say yes. Beautiful. Good. Okay, so what we do is you see yourself in the sparkling white light again. You give yourself a good rinse or good shower in this light. Very good. And after you've done that, you hop back in your bubble of light. So you visualize that again. And then you come traveling down. You're going to come back down through the jelly-like substance, back down through the golden light, coming down through the layers of light, back into the universe, back through this earth, back to your home, back to you. And then this ball of light goes again above your head. The energy from the divine goes through your body all the way back out to your toes, to your feet, into Mother Earth. And that energy goes all the way into Mother Earth. It gets washed there. And then you draw fresh energy from Mother Earth back into your feet, your legs, up in your body to the top of your head, fully grounding you. Then you can take a deep breath and you open your eyes. And then you can do an energy break. Now the energy break is taking your right hand in front of you, your left hand on top of that, so your right hand with the thumb down, the left hand on top of you, you rub it over, and then you're just closing up. Very good. Very good. Right. Did you guys like that? How did that feel? No, Lola. The spiritual team isn't sad about it because everybody has their journeys in life, and it was part of their journey to help you. And when they're ready to move on for a new journey, a new experience, then they move on. So there's nothing sad to be about it. You grow in your life and they grow in their life. Right, amazing. Sam, very powerful, so refreshing. Beatrice, great. I feel tired. Okay, Jana. Let's have a look at that in a minute. Let's have a look. Okay. Jaina, what I'm being shown is we need to clear your energetic field. There's a lot of heavy energy in your field. So anybody who likes to have their field, like all the heavy energy being released out of their field and their field being filled up with unconditional love, just say yes and I will witness that for you. When you like that, Jaina, just say yes. I can energetically hear that, so that's fine. Yeah, oof, there's a lot coming out. And also for the people that aren't watching the replay, this still works for you guys. Let's fill it up with lots of unconditional love. Yeah. Can the creator show you that you're allowed to be loved, Jaina? Anybody else who wants that just says yes to these things as well? That it's safe to be loved, that's to be loved, what it feels like to be loved from the divine's perspective. Yeah. And that it's safe to receive love without being betrayed. Yeah. Would you like these downloads? When you like these, just say yes. What it feels like to be loved without being betrayed. Yeah. Okay. Now I feel it shifting for you, Jaina. Good. Just confirm that with me. Okay. In the meantime, Farah, amazing. I felt the middle of my forehead tingling the whole time. Yeah. That's the energy. Melanie, it was a little bit sad to say goodbye. Okay, yeah. So they've helped you for a long time. And it's like saying goodbye to good friends. But the good thing is, whenever you need them, they can always come back. And whenever you want to speak to them, you can still set that intention and have this conversation. Ryan, so animal spirits, a bear, a lion, a dragon. Yeah, totally possible. Victoria, I did not have time to say in my head, but I guess you took care of it. When you said yes, then definitely. It's all fine. It's all like when I check into your energy, you're good. Jaina, yes, I feel much better and lighter. Good, good. I'm glad that shifted. Beatrice, I'm feeling full of love. Lola, I also saw one guide really clearly who seemed quite powerful. That was really amazing. Awesome. These things are really opening up for you guys. Really, really great. Beatrice, I saw him also. Great. Really good. Now, if you don't see, it doesn't matter because everybody has different senses. For me, I sense much more. And for other people, they get visions. Other people, they hear. There's no right or wrong. This is the way how they can communicate with you. I saw myself surrounded by 12 angels. Is this my council of 12? Ask. Your angels are really your support team. It's part of your spiritual team, what I feel. Yeah. Melanie, but I'm feeling much stronger now with my new team. Wonderful. Really, really good. So, you guys did some awesome exercises. Now it's time for question 2. So we are back grounded and we are opening up again this channel of your sixth sense to get some questions answered. So write down your second question. If you've already got it, that's great. If you haven't got your second question yet, take a moment to write it down. If you don't have your third question yet, take a moment to write it down. Okay. Everybody good on their questions? You've got a second question? Anybody who needs any help, let me check into the energy. Yeah, I see a lot of you could do it like guidance on next steps in life, how to grow spiritually. There's some more on how you get to know yourself better. That's what I'm picking up. And how to love yourself more. Like what would really, really help also is like, how can I love myself more? When you love yourself without being hard to yourself, without constantly feeling like you're failing, without feeling not enough, but you switch that energy to loving yourself, that's when your sixth sense starts opening up even much more again. The reason why loving yourself is really, really powerful. Loving yourself is like somebody who's nurturing you. And when you feel nurtured, you feel better. And when you feel like you're loved, you're opening up, you're getting more energy. And the real road to success without the pressure, without the overwhelm, is self-love. Self-love, self-compassion, kindness. These are the magic keys to unlock, like to unlock the growth, to unlock the success, but also to unlock that fulfillment. Very good. Okay. Should I talk with them in my native language? You can talk to them in the language that feels right for you. Your guides will experience it. Your guides often talk to you through energy, and you convert that energy in a vision or a sense or a thought, but often they talk to you through energy. Okay, so let's get the second question answered. Take a few deep breaths. You can close your eyes again. And when you close your eyes and you take your breaths, you might already feel this energy behind you or next to you. And it's a light energy. It's a positive energy. It isn't a heavy energy. Then there's another energy there that you can send to the light, and you can witness that being going into the light. But you feel this vibrating, loving energy around you. It's like a warm blanket. You just close your eyes, you let go of what's right or what's wrong. You're just going with the flow. And you say, spiritual team, I'd like to have an answer on this question in the highest and best way. And you just say your question. Say, thank you, it's done, and show me. You can write down some of the answers. And if nothing is coming in, you're just waiting and trusting. You follow your intuition and your feeling. Let go judging what you receive. You can answer the question again. You say, God, show me. Show me in a way I understand. So Beatrice, also for you, let's change your body language into an empowering body language. Sit straight up and you're like, you're not begging for an answer. You're like, I'm here. I'm getting this answer. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for giving me these answers. Very good. Good. Very good. You're releasing the energy. Very good. So using guides, it's requested to give me an answer on this question in the highest and best way possible. Thank you. And now the answers are coming in. The first thing that you get as an answer. Okay, Beatrice, can I ask your guides to not, like I see multiple guides talking to you in your ear. Can I ask your guides to talk to you one after the other instead of all at the same time? Yeah? Okay, you just sit there and listen to the answers. Good. Okay, very good question, Farah. The question is, I asked if it was for my highest and best to work with a specific healer. I heard yes, but at the same time I felt anxious and my chest tightened. Should I listen to what I hear or to my body? Something isn't in alignment. And when things, like when you get this tightening in your chest or things in your body, you need to understand what is not in alignment. What I see is you need to formulate your question different. Because is it for your highest and best to work with a specific healer? It might be, but it's more about what do you want to achieve by working with that specific healer? What is the outcome you want to have? What's the result? Because when you do that, you can see if that's the best, like if that's the result you want, if that healer is actually going to give you that result. If you just say, is it for my highest and best to do that, then it might be, but it could also be that due to your belief systems, there might be some struggle coming on your path. Or due to the belief systems that you have in your conscious, you might have a belief that you need to work hard in order to get the results, or you need to go through pain in order to get a certain outcome. So it's really about formulating the question, the way you ask the question. The quality of the question is going to determine the quality of your answer. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's very good. You realize that the answer you got wasn't in alignment with how your body felt. Something is out of alignment. So you need to identify what's out of alignment and reframe that question. Jana, I feel pain in my pelvic and I don't see any guides. Let's have a look. Jana, I'm a TT healer. I'm not allowed to diagnose. It almost feels like it's a... I sent you a book the other day from the medical medium. It's a very good book, guys. If you want to ever do like a heavy metal detox or feel like you need a cleanse, food cleanse, spiritual cleanse, that's the way to go. But again, I'm being guided for you to order that book, and you can read a little bit about that book, about what heavy metals do to your body and how to detox them out. That's, again, it comes back to this heavy metal stuff. Again, I can't advise, I can't diagnose, but intuitively, I feel, again, I see a vision of this book coming up, and it could really be beneficial to have a look at that. There's a chapter about heavy metals, and you can have a look at that and see if that's something you'd like to try out. And feel if that resonates with you. All these things go hand in hand or in line with Western medication, if there's any. So it's not that it's one or the other, but it can really, really help. And I know people got really good results with that. Good. Very good. Wonderful. What about seeing guides? Jana, your entire room is full of guides and angels. You are having a huge amount of support. It's about clearing the fear of seeing them, hearing them, and letting them guide you. There is some energy, some fear around betrayal, and therefore you find it hard to trust your sixth sense. Let me know if this resonates with you. This is what I see. So because you're a Theta healer, you know how to clear those fears. Yes, it does. Okay, thank you, Jana, for that confirmation. So I highly recommend you reach out to another good Theta healer that you know, and you get this cleared, the fear for betrayal. And then we have the monthly practice group, which I know you will join as well. That will also help. But I feel like this swap with another healer will really help you. Okay, Sam, for me, the messages are flowing in more constant, steady, understandable in an understandable way now. The individual images and words are making more sense. Wonderful. Really, really good. Okay, I hope you all got an answer on your second question. And I also want to just give you time to also answer on this third question. So what you do is do an energetic break again to avoid getting the answers mixed up from the different questions. So the energetic break is again your right hand with your right thumb going down, your left hand on top of that, you rub that. So you break that energy, and then your left hand goes out and your right hand comes to you. So you're separating, you're creating a gap between the energy. Very good. Okay, now you have your third question. And I see the energy gets much lighter in the group. It's really wonderful. I'm gonna do the same thing again. So you're gonna breathe in. Okay. Your body relax again, your muscles relax, your brain waves are calming down. And you say, spirit guides or my spiritual team, please give me an answer on this question in the highest and best way, or give me guidance on this question in the highest and best way. Thank you. Sometimes the answers can be super practical. Sorry, Victoria, I did not see your question before. I probably have missed that. I didn't get an answer, but I think I am worried of the answer. I wanted to know if I should move out of Norway. Okay. So Victoria, let's release the, sorry, I've got something in my eye. Let's release the fear of moving out of Norway, of stepping, like moving into the next step in your life. Can we release that fear for you? Good. And can we show you that it's safe to really receive the answers? Okay, now you can ask the question again. Don't judge the answer you get. It doesn't mean if you get that answer that you have to do it straight away. You just listen to the answer, and then you just write it down and you let it go. And if you get an answer yes, you can ask what time frame. Okay. So really, for everybody, if you haven't got an answer on your third question, just say, guides, spirit guides, spiritual team, just show me this answer now in a way that I can understand. Yeah. Write your answers down. And if you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Beatrice, my answers are you already know the answer. You know all the answers already, but it looks too obvious to me, and then I'm doubting about it. Just write it down, lovely. This is the right answer. This is the answer you're getting, and that's fine. Let go of the doubt, let go of the ego, because you probably do know the answer. And in your heart, when you feel in your heart, you know the answer. So you picked it up correctly. Well done. Is there anybody else who has a question? Is there anybody else who didn't get anything? Or who wants to ask something before we round this off tonight? Ryan, this is quite exciting. Putting down the old stories. It's all here inside. Yeah. Yes, this is a way to really let go also the old stories, to opening up these new chapters in a safe way. Yeah. Alice, can you check for me if there is still something blocking me in getting the right info for my spiritual team? Alice, did you get any answers? Yes, because what I see with you is I see a lot of perfectionist energy. And I see a big smile coming on your face whilst I say that. True, exactly. And you're getting all the right answers. And it's like, I got this answer, and I got that answer, and I got that answer. Is this the perfect answer? Is there something better? Yeah, exactly. And this is about getting this trust. You got the perfect answers for you, and you picked them up correctly. And that's something to be proud of. And that's for all of you, Even if you got, you're welcome. Even if you got one answer throughout the entire session, it's awesome. Guys, you're doing this. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're opening these new channels. It's really, really great. Now I'm seeing this picture that my guides put in, and it's like when the telephone was just invented, and they just had this connection for like a few seconds. It was a celebration because it's the first time they could use a telephone or that kind of communication. This is the way. It's the first time you're doing it, and this will evolve over time. You will see by the end of session 3, you're feeling much more empowered and good about the answers you're getting. Now, a little bit of homework. And if you've joined the first Activate Your Sixth Sense Masterclass, you know about this. You might have not taken it too seriously. You might have, and you might have gotten a lot of benefit out of it. What I use my little Sixth Sense book. My little Sixth Sense book, I write down any vibes I get. I write down any messages I get. I can write down my questions and the answers. It doesn't mean that you need to do stuff straight away with the answers. It's a way of building trust. It's a way of getting confident with your intuitive skills. So what I invite you to do, you can get a bigger notebook. I have a small one, so I can take it with me. Whenever I have a vibe, I write it down because so many good business ideas comes through my Sixth Sense. And I wrote an entire book full already, and it's really awesome. Just an idea. I put it down. If there's a specific action I need to do, I put a little star in front of it. And what you will see when you just start writing it down, even if you have a specific question with an answer or just the vibes you are, and you do this for a couple of weeks, your muscle will grow really strong, your Sixth Sense muscle. And you will really grow. And then you look back after a while like, oh, that was correct. And that was correct. And that was correct. I've been doing really well with this stuff. What are you doing? You're building your trust. Now there's a little bit of discipline involved here, but you do it through your intuition, your heart, your feelings, and it will really help. It's a game changer. So I hope, guys, you enjoyed this session. If you have any questions, put it in the chat for me now so I can answer it for you. And otherwise, you're going to round off. We have Melanie here. Answers are coming in much more and better, more detailed, but I have no idea who is talking to me. That's okay. Over time, you're going to identify what spirit guides, what angels are talking to you. You get much more clarity. And you can ask them their names if you want to. You can ask who's talking to me now. And next time you can ask who's talking to me now. You get the names. And don't doubt the names. Whatever name is coming up, that's the name you can use. Very good. Well, I hope you guys loved it as much as I loved guiding you, inspiring you, teaching you. And I hope that you got lots out of it. And I'm looking forward to see you on the next session, which is on the 12th of May. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thank you, Susie. Oh, thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Lola. Oh, thank you for the lovely messages. Thanks, Alice. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.